I want to tell you guys today about one of my biggest fears. It's a fear that starts with an experience I'm sure we can all relate to in one way or another. I'm sure we've all seen a politician speak and just think, this is so divorced from what everybody's worrying about, from what my friends are worrying about, from what my family's worrying about. This is so divorced from the real issues that everyday people are dealing with. This is an experience that, or I guess rather a phenomenon that is almost defining of our politics today, right? The idea of like, who is for the common people, who is against them, all these things, right? There could be a whole other discussion about this, but it's something that happens because of what's referred to as the DC bubble. Oftentimes you'll hear like, oh, well, the advisors, the analysts think this is a good idea, and if you talk to anybody who's not in Washington, D.C., being in the political class, if that's a thing, I guess, it's not at all an issue. It's not at all a real thing because they've crunched so much data, they've done so many focus groups, they've looked at so many numbers that they've come to a conclusion that fits everybody but nobody at all. This isn't just something that happens in politics, though. We can all understand that, right? This is something that happens with everybody, with all our interests. We all get caught in our own bubbles, and this is one of my biggest fears, is getting caught in a bubble. Especially, I have this fear in regards to philosophy. This is, I guess, a relatively unique issue, but one that I think, based on the interests of the people that I know watch this show, maybe a lot of you can actually relate to. There's this great Karl Marx quote where he says, Prometheus is the ultimate saint and martyr of the philosophers. Of course, Prometheus is somebody who in Greek mythology took fire, stole it from the gods, and brought it to the people, right? Marx is somewhat narcissistically referring to philosophers here as the one who needs to bring the light of knowledge to everybody else. And I don't think of myself that highly, right? I don't see myself as being somebody who is bringing the light of philosophy to my friends and family, let alone all the people that watch this. I think it's more of a hobby, more of an interest than anything else. However, I do think there is a hint of truth in this quote where, those of us who do read philosophy, which is a lot of the people that watch these videos, we like thinking about things. We read these books, we read philosophy, we like to think about things, we love knowledge to improve our own lives, and in a sense, you do want to improve the lives of people around you, you know? I don't think it's uncommon from what I guess all I really have to go on is what my friends have told me and my other friends that like philosophy, for people to like go to somebody who reads a lot for advice, stuff like that, right? Being well-read is something people are like, that is somebody I should listen to. Once again, this is not me saying that I think it's some special, profound thing to be into philosophy, but I do think there's a hint of knowledge in here that if you are not reading philosophy in an effort to improve everybody's life, if you are just reading it to, hold the ideas to yourself and think about how smart you are with those ideas, I think you're doing it wrong. I think that there's a level of knowledge, philosophy, needs to be altruistic, right? This is a take that every philosopher has pretty much had. That, we do this to make things better. In that spirit, there's something that scares me of getting caught in this bubble, of being caught in this realm of reading a million books and feeling like I have so much to say, or finally being able to think to a place where I'm satisfied with my own ideas and not overthinking them and not rambling all the time. But once I get there, I've read a book too many and I'm disconnected from everybody else. I mean, if you guys have had any experience in academia or anything like that, you've all seen this, right? We've all seen like the philosophy class that's just so like, oh my God, like these guys are probably way smarter than everybody else that I've ever met, but they are not saying a thing that's relevant to anybody but this exact thing. I mean, we've all seen the archetype of like, yeah, I'm a philosophy PhD, I have a 190 IQ, but I've spent the last 3 years of my life analyzing this sentence from Nietzsche. This is what I'm scared of. This is my biggest fear. To grow disconnected, and ultimately unproductive. I do read philosophy because I enjoy it. I do read it because it's a hobby, but ultimately I also read it because someday I do want to be able to think about the problems that I, the world, my friends have, and like actually, hopefully have answers. Partially this is just because I myself am curious, but also because like I do see this as almost a functional thing. I see this as a productive thing. how do you avoid that? How do you avoid getting caught in these bubbles? And I think this is something that, even if you're somebody who's not into philosophy, I'm largely speaking to those people here because, well, that's kind of what we do here, but even if you're somebody who's maybe just into the internet or something, this is a problem that's uniquely happening everywhere right now because we're all in echo chambers. We're all in some semblance of something, right? That is making our thoughts kind of conform to a group and be sheltered. Twitter's a great example of this. I mean, if you log on Twitter right now, you think that, the world is ending and that it's the scariest thing ever, and then you walk outside, you see it's nothing like that, right? And Twitter has the worst algorithm on earth. It's been ruined. Thank you, Elon Musk. You've done a great job. So we now get to look at just all the same terrible things all the time, right? But even beyond that, there are jokes. Actually, this is an example of this. I was with my friends literally 2 hours ago, and two of them were able to make this joke to each other, and they're like, you guys haven't seen that thing? Like, you guys haven't seen this video? And they showed the video, and only half the group we were with got it, right? Obviously, it's an inconsequential example. That's something, small, and then we all laugh at the joke in the end. It's fine, right? But that's kind of happening with everyone, right? There's all these communities, red pill, black pill. These are huge things now where it's you literally have almost our echo chambers are now defining our subcultures. And instead of being subcultures based on they go to the punk rock show and they wear those punk rock clothes and they love the Ramones, now it's a subculture based on well, he doesn't think that they should have rights, and that's just something we have to pretend is normal, right? But how do you stay grounded enough to know what's normal? We know that's not normal, but when you get further down the weeds of okay, well, this person just has, maybe it's a slightly different idea on just something simple, something that's not even relevant to life, right? How do you know, how do you stay grounded? It's so tough now. It's so tough to be normal now because what is normal? We have this thing called social media where we're looking at 1,000 videos of people a day, and it's some semblance of entertainment mixed with social interaction. And then we look at the comments and we judge based on those comments. Okay, this is how I'm supposed to act. We see this video. This person's getting hated on because they're doing a dumb face. I know I shouldn't do that dumb face anymore. But then you go somewhere else and everybody's doing that dumb face. And this is the coolest thing to these people. How do you go, this is normal. This is what is a good thing to do? I think my proposed solution to this is somebody who is not dealing with the issue personally. I don't think I think I'm lucky where I'm not online a lot, and I'm scared of getting caught in a loop of reading too many books, I guess, which is something that's hard to do. So I guess I'm a little lucky where I haven't seemingly ran into this issue yet. I guess I wouldn't really know if I've run into it or not, though. I guess that's kind of a hole in that line of reasoning. But either way, to me, I think an important part of this is just normal life maxing, right? I'm using the maxing because that's the thing that people on the internet do. That's the thing, right? You got a looks max, you got a wealth max, is that one of them? You got a max now. That's a thing, right? So I think normal life maxing is the new thing I want to propose to you all, right? Cook a meal, walk to the park, it's so funny because this isn't normal life anymore, right? If you look at statistics, people are just door dashing all day. The parks are empty. I don't know if you guys have looked at them lately. Nobody goes to the park anymore. The local coffee shop is empty because everyone's using the Starbucks drive-thru. So this is not normal life anymore, I suppose, right? By those standards of what is the average person doing. However, let's just pretend it is normal life for a second, right? Let's go back and let's be what would normal life look like for somebody who did have a semblance of community, who did have more of this stuff? Cook a meal, walk to the park, just don't look at your phone and read for an hour, take a bath or something, I think, once again, I suppose because of the way things are going, this is only normal life for somebody 20 years ago, but maybe that's the answer. Maybe be connected to something that is a little bit more of a semblance of normal, or what feels normal, what normal should be. And I guess that's the only solution I can propose. Talk to people, strike up conversations. That's a skill I'm trying to work on myself. I really want to be one of those guys that can just go anywhere and be hey, what's up with you and this weather lately? And then I got my new best friend Jim somehow just because I ran into that guy at the coffee shop. I want to be one of those guys. That's one of my big life goals, actually. I'm terrible at it now. I'm really working on it. But, I think doing stuff like this is the only way to remain grounded, right? Like, it's either that or you just take every crazy perspective and you don't really know what's outside, so you have no other option but to take all these crazy perspectives and mix them into one. And I don't think that'll make you balanced and a good interpreter of what's going on around you. I think that'll probably make you insane based on the stuff I see on the internet on a daily basis. So I don't know. I that's the only answer I have now. I suppose this video is more, though, me talking about one of my fears than trying to come up with a solution to it, because I really don't have a solution to it. I could be trying to do this thing of normal life maxing, and then 10 years from now, I'm just as disconnected as everybody else. Maybe we're trying to grasp onto straws of connection that are just slowly fading, and whether we like it or not, because what is normal when everybody has their own thing? So, I don't know, guys. I'm just feeling sad about this subject today. This is the painting, second to last one with this color palette. Not my favorite. It's all right, though. I mean, like, you know, once you get to the last two with the color palettes, like, I've seen this before, you know. I'm sure you guys feel that way. You've seen 5 of these by now, so go follow the Instagram. Be on the lookout for this when it goes up with all the other color palette paintings. And until next time, guys, gals, and pals, my name is Max Dice. This has been Paint Talk episode 220. I'm here every morning, painting and talking with you all.